YouTube, Anna here. I know it's been a while since I've updated you last. I had a very confusing cycle. So last cycle I was on 100 milligrams of Clomid and I had an IUI on cycle day 18. And then 10 days after I got my last positive OPK, I got a positive, which was strange because I didn't use conventional like pee sticks. I used well, I looked online and they said that if you have like a finger prick to check your blood sugar and stuff like that, that you could use that and put it on a cassette. So I bought some really cheap 88-cent cassette things at pregnancy tests at Walmart, and I bought a bunch of them. I bought probably like 8. And so I had them, and I have been checking my blood sugar for a little while now. I don't do it consistently. They were thinking I had hypoglycemia because I get really shaky and weird when I don't eat. So this was the first one. I don't know if you could see it. I made it negative so that you guys won't be grossed out by seeing my blood across this. And this went on for about 3 or 4 days. And I was super excited, and then here's another one. Okay, so it changed orientation, that's weird. But anyway, I was taking pee tests as well, and they were all negative, which was strange. And then about, I want to say about 14 or so DPO, I took a pee test, and I made this negative only because you cannot see the faintest line ever without it, and I'm not even sure that you'll be able to see it there. But it's just like a hint of a line. So I called my doctor and I went and got blood work, and I was like, this is it. It worked. This is amazing. I can't believe it worked after only 2 tries. Awesome. And then I called my lab and they said, yeah, your results are in, but you have to be here in person to pick up your results. So that's what I did. I drove over, got my results, and I was shocked because my HCG level was less than 0.5. Not pregnant. Needs to be over 5.0, and it was less than 0.5. So I was devastated, and then I told my husband about it, and he did some research, and he found some blogger forum thing, and they said, well, my husband took a blood test to see if it was real, and it turned out positive for him. So my husband was like, oh no, it was all fake. So he took a blood test to prove that it was fake and that I wasn't actually pregnant, and the second one didn't work at all. So, I mean, that's not bad, because now I know for sure that those tests are invalid. He took a blood test, and I could see the faintest line, and then once the blood dried, you couldn't see it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and call BS on it. So I don't know if, and I started my period yesterday. So, and my period was really crampy, but, and very uncomfortable. And I had those backaches that I got with my previous miscarriages. But I think in my heart that I was pregnant. This isn't the first month I've used the blood cassettes, which they make me sound crazy. But I'm going to share my crazy with all of you guys. And last cycle before last, I used the blood ones and they were always negative. So when I got that positive 10 DPO with my blood, I thought for sure I was pregnant. So I decided that I wasn't going to call it, I wasn't going to say it was a miscarriage until I got my period. Or it was just a failed IUI cycle until I got my period, to see how heavy it was, how painful it was, all of that stuff. The first day, yesterday, of my cycle, I called the doctor, got another 100 milligrams of Clomid, and I was in so much pain I could barely talk. I'm not one to take medication almost ever. It's weird, I know. I hate taking medications. So I took 3 ibuprofen yesterday, and I was in crazy amounts of pain. So I think if it was just yesterday, I would say yes, this was a miscarriage. Today, I don't feel a thing. I feel minor cramping. I feel bloated, but not at all in the amount of pain that I have felt with my 2 previous miscarriages. So I'm going to call it a weird fluke that I got those positives on the blood tests. I'm going to say, since my period hasn't been horrible, I don't even know. Maybe it's too soon to tell. Because, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna say it's too soon to tell. And I will keep you posted to let you guys know how my cycle has progressed, and if it does get really painful, then it'll probably lean more towards miscarriage instead of just a failed IUI cycle. Alright guys, that's my update. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!